stop asking your friends how they're doing. Okay, I know that's harsh, but that's like if somebody asked you, how are you? And your response is, good, you. It's a nice gesture, but it's not vulnerable. And it's honestly just like a waste of time. Okay, I feel like we're off to a really harsh start. Hello, I'm Joey, and I'm gonna be making my favorite soup, pasta e ceci. And well, while I'm doing this, you're gonna stop asking your sad friends if they're sad. Because like essentially that's all you're doing. Because of course they're sad, otherwise you wouldn't need to ask them. And I know you think it's a nice gesture, but like, is it? Is it really? Because I feel like in those situations, you already know the answer. I mean, you might be asking them because you feel like they need your help. And you're in a position to ask because, well, you're doing fine. And I don't think there's necessarily bad intentions there, but I think there could be a lack of connection. And doing that might put you in a position where you're placing yourself above them, like you're better than them. You see that? Onions cut, no tears. Ask me how I'm doing. 1 clove of garlic? Oh, I need a carrot. Because when we get into the deep end that like is depression, there's no walking into the pool. There's no getting into the deep end slowly. You just need to fully know how to swim. Because coping with depression is honestly like treading water. And when you're in the pool treading water and then somebody comes up to you and asks you how you're doing, or if you're getting tired, duh. The answer, of course, is yeah. Okay, let's get this started. 2 shots of vodka, glug, 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 glug. I read this one article a while back about a boy that was gonna do something at school that he would regret the next day, which I know is very dark, but hear me out. He was getting all prepped and planned for the next day, and then he got a text from a classmate. Now, the classmate didn't know what was going on, but he knew that this boy was going through something. He knew that he was sad. And the text was, do you want to come over and play video games? I know you're thinking, what does that have to do with what the boy was going to do at school? It doesn't. That's kind of the whole point. Probably shouldn't be waving around a knife while talking about this. Don't drop anything. Don't drop anything. Don't drop anything. And then in the article, it stated that it was a Tuesday. What does the date have anything to do with? Nothing. That's the point, again. I know this took a dark turn, but I actually really love the simplicity of it all. There was no hierarchy, or there was no I'm better than you. It was just a simple text. Hey, do you want to play video games on a friggin' Tuesday night? And that saved a lot of lives. I feel like if I'm ever having a bad day and somebody asks me how I'm doing, I almost get mad. And I feel really guilty about that. But it's just that throughout the entire day, I'm dealing with something inside my own head. And obviously, I know that I'm going through something, but the other person might not. But I feel like I go through my quiet phases. Like I feel like this is very common with men because I feel like this is the only person I've ever talked to it about. And I feel like all the girlfriends that I have, they are all very open about how they're feeling. But guys are just a little bit more caved in. But every single day between the hours of 2 and 5 p.m., I need 1 hour where I'm just like silent because I'm dealing with the stuff that's in my own head. And during that time, if somebody asks me, you know, how are you doing? Like, you look sad, or you look like you're going through something, or anything like that, that just kind of assumes, it's hard. But you know, after I have those 1 hour little sessions to myself, I'm really able to decompress and come back and breathe again. It's just my own way of asking if I want to play video games on a Tuesday without involving anyone else. But the times where I have the best connections with friends, when I'm kind of like having one of those episodes, is when they just talk about like random stuff. And I know that might seem like ingenuine or that they don't care, but that's kind of my favorite part. Like I've spent the entire day caring about myself and I'm almost exhausted. That them just kind of asking me to cook, asking me to play video games, is just really refreshing in the moment. It's my favorite recipe because it requires like minimal effort. In you go. Glug, 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 glug. But so back to you, if you have a friend that is going through a really hard time, I'm not saying to just ignore their feelings. You can ask them how they're doing, but maybe go a little bit more in depth than just kind of like asking just because you feel like you have to. Being a friend is just about being honest and actually caring and wanting to know. I'm not saying it like it's easy, but friendships are the most valuable type of relationship that you have because they're not getting anything out of it other than just being your friend. There's no sexual reward or anything like that. They ask because they care. Or they're asking because they think they're better than you and they're using you as a little stepping stone for their ego, but that's a different topic. This can be loud. Okay, maybe this requires a little bit more than minimal effort. Oh no, 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 no. We might not have the pasta. Mixture is always nice. In the pasta goes. Now we wait 15 minutes and it's gonna be good. It's pretty good. And so I guess where I'm going with this is that instead of asking your friends, how are you, good you? Just treat them like a Tuesday. Because at the end of the day, all you have to do is be their friend. And that just requires you to stay you. See what I did there? Well, that was good.